It's actually so sad how badass video games used to be. It is. And I'm just going to say it.
What?
These were games that were made
I'm just going to say it. I'm just going to say it, Destiny.
guys for guys.
Are you ready for
That's
Asmongold
right.
to turn his gamer brain up to 11?
This is when gaming used to be good.
Okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Video games used to be made for guys, by guys, about guys, and that was it. The only time there was a girl in a story is because she was wearing a fucking bikini. That's it.
Now,
What?
You have
That's
these video
right.
games that are made to just be slop that's enjoyable to everyone.
Yep.
Bruh. Not to knock any particular type of game.
What?
Okay.
What?
Not to knock any particular
What?
type of game, because I think all game genres are beautiful. I've played
Ah, shut the fuck up.
games
What?
across a ton of different genres, but my brother in Christ, you grinded mounts on World of Warcraft for like 20 fucking years.
This was not our destiny. Times change. We will never be slaves!
Yep. Yep.
But we will be conquerors.
Jesus Christ.
The world is healing. But her fate is yet uncertain. Together, we shall be Azeroth's protectors once again. Here, the new age of dragons shall begin.
I don't even think I need to say anything. But let's hear let's hear the rest of it. That's fine. That's okay.
What the fuck place do you have to talk about real gaming or good games or
Absolutely.
manly games?
100%.
You're flying around on multicolored dragons.
No, because that one was a store mount. I didn't buy that one. He's thinking of the Fey Dragon from Warlords of Draenor. I don't have that one. I didn't buy that shit.
Grinding the 1 out of 50,000 cuck drop to get the next golden lizard thing that you can hop your ass around Azeroth on.
Oh, but hey, guys, no, I'm not really gaming, like building a factory inside of a factory inside of a factory inside of a third factory after I was building factories. Oh, no, of course not. No, that's real gaming. Oh, yes.
Give me a fucking break. Holy shit.
No, no, that's not how it works. This has happened to every single video game. Is
Yes.
that women have gotten into video games
Yes.
and they've made them
Yes.
for women. And I
Yes.
don't like this.
Yes.
This makes me fucking
Yes.
mad.
According to
Yes.
the entertainment software,
This
Yes.
is, I'm sorry. Oh, it's such a perfect thing, okay? Listen.
Go ahead.
Don't, there's this concept called the male gaze, but don't waste your
Of course it's the male gaze. I love hoes. I love sluts. I love looking at sluts. I want them dressed like that in video games, and I'm not sorry. And you do too. We all saw those documents. You like them more than I do. You're trying to farm them right now saying this. I know what you're doing. It's not going to happen.
time with it, because when you see it, it's everywhere, okay? This concept that everything in the world, especially
What's wrong with? Yeah, I want the chicks to be hot. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because I'm a guy. I want hot chicks.
as a white guy, everything is made for you and
Yeah,
has
of course I want it to be made for me. Why wouldn't I want something to be made for me? Fuck. Like, yeah, I'm a white guy. I want things made for me. Sure. Yeah, definitely. No doubt. Who do you think plays video games? What was the most popular character made in Baldur's Gate 3? Oh, that's right. Human, male, European, warrior class, longsword weapon. Now it's time to game. Okay? Oh, wait a minute. Is that Destiny's character? Ha! Wow. How about that?
To be for you. If a woman looks a certain way, you criticize her because she's not appeasing to your cock. If a woman is doing
Absolutely. Exactly.
a certain thing, it's not okay because it's not appealing to you. Like
Yeah.
for a white man, especially, this is like
Yes.
enough of a criticism. That's it.
Absolutely it is. I want things that appeal to me. I'm not sorry. I do. I want things to appeal to me. What's wrong with that?
Right? Women, like the fact that women are in video games now, they're making video games for women.
Yeah, and I know. And they're going out of business because they don't buy them. That's the whole point. They got to make video games for me again because I buy them. That's the whole point. That's my whole point. Exactly.
What, does everything in the world have to be made just for you? Like,
Ideally, yes. But I'll settle for the things that I like being made for me, continuing to be made for me. Yeah. Like, I'm not going to go into Sephora and say, hey, guys, where's the chainsaws? Y'all got all this eyelashes and this gay shit. Where's the swords? I'm trying to buy a hammer.
they can probably make games you just don't give a fuck about, right? You know that's okay, right? Oh my god.
Yeah, they did make a game I didn't give a fuck about. It was called World of Warcraft. The problem is that they used to make a game I gave a fuck about it. It was called World of Warcraft. You want to make your own shitty little bullshit game, that's fine. But don't go and, again, you want to get woke on me, that's fine. Let's get woke. Don't go and appropriate my culture. Don't appropriate video game culture and add your own shit into it. Make your own culture, make your own games. And Duriel's CEO saying the same thing. He watched the stream. Wait, what?
Making money is fine. Like I'm a believer in the free market generally. I'm a believer in capitalism strongly. But then the problem is you have this combination of capitalism-driven capture efforts combined with people who don't care about making money nearly so much as pushing their particular social ideals. Like,
The chuds are breaking containment. Bro, we're loose. We're loose now.
You've probably seen this in Hollywood. You certainly see it in the games industry where you have
Yes!
people who are joining the industry not because they want to make great games.
Yes!
Not even because they
Yes!
want to make money.
Yes!
And I'd say like making great games is the best reason. Making
Right.
money is an acceptable
Second best reason.
It's because they want
The worst reason.
bring about greater equity and representation
Ah, yes, man!
of people that look like them. And like that's fine to have
Oh
as
my
a thing in the back
God.
of your mind, but there's people who are joining where that is what they want to do.
That's
and
exactly
anyone who's
it.
against it, they're going to berate them. Anyone in the company who
Yep.
says, I actually think we should make games for our customers, not the people you wish were our customers. Like, let's make games for the
Oh
guys
my-
who buy our games,
Yes.
not the moms
Yes.
who wish were buying our games. And people like that are being ejected out of companies.
They are. And nobody wants to do it because of toxic positivity. Who wants to be the guy that is the person who's the inhibitor that says, maybe we shouldn't make this character non-binary. We already have 3 non-binary characters. You're going to find yourself in HR tomorrow for a microtransaction and out on your ass next week for being racist.
It's very politically incorrect.
That's right.
There's a question.
Well, that's the
That's
Bud
right.
Light dilemma,
It's
right?
Exactly.
It's not
Well,
a dilemma, bro.
Tried to make Bud Light for people who don't want Bud Light,
It's this
and make
myth-
fun of the Bud Light people.
It's the mythical
Yes.
audience. It's
Yes.
like it's a mythical
Yes.
mainstream audience. They say they. and,
Yes.
it's even worse in gaming because they'll say things like, "Oh, 50% of gamers are."
50 are women, but they're all playing Candy Crush and these other bullshit games that aren't real. They're not real gamers. They're not playing Elden Ring. Yeah, there's like 6 girls that play Elden Ring, but there's not 10.
Are stay-at-home moms.
Exactly.
And you're like, what? That obviously isn't true.
It's not true.
And what
Of
it is
course.
it's something like there's a lot of stay-at-home moms who've played Candy Crush a few times.
Oh my God.
And like there's a lot of them. And they're like, therefore, we need to build to that market. Okay.
Oh my God.
Like I don't want to get into a fight over like what a gamer is. But what do you think sounds like
I do. And yeah, what do you think? Yeah, think about this. Just think for a second.
a better business plan? To go after the young men primarily who buy a dozen $50 games a year, or the mom who once spent $5 on Candy Crush. Like,
it's a joke. He's laughing at it because it's so fucking stupid. Joe Rogan does it. Joe Rogan apparently had to quit playing video games because he got so fucking addicted. So, but even he knows this shit.
And there's kind of, if you say that, if you put it the way I just put it, they're like, that's so sexist of you. Why don't you want to bring in new audiences? I saw this when I saw this when I was in Silicon Valley. What I called it was, I said there's too many people who drink Starbucks and not enough who drink Mountain Dew. And
oh my God. This is our guy, man. This is our fucking guy. Wow. Holy shit.
You know exactly what I mean when I say that. Like
exactly.
It's just it's been a really bizarre thing to watch in all of these different industries.
Yeah, it's a mind virus. It's captured universities and then it bled out into corporations.
One of my favorite questions to ask people is starting a company is hard. You'll fail most of the time, even when you don't constrain yourself to trying to change the social system. Like, look, if you could make it where there's all those moms all get into games and it was free, like that'd be great.
Here's the best thing about it is that the games that moms get into are like World of Warcraft. There are more soccer moms playing World of Warcraft than probably there are, like playing a lot of these other girl games. They're probably playing the new Call of Duty. Even there's that. Yeah, this is the thing on plain sight. Yeah, they won't admit. Everybody knows this.
But it's not. It's a trade-off, right? You have to take resources you would have put on your real customers, and put it towards them.
There's
One question I ask people is just ideologically:
opportunity cost.
Imagine your job is to build a corporate building for a company, and the company, you know exactly who they are. You know how many men there are. You know how many women there are. We don't have to say how many there are. Like, we're not. Don't make it about one gender.
Are you going to make it 50-50 instead of make it based off of the amount that there actually are? That's what he's going to say.
Versus another. It's just there are lots of men. There's lots of women. I won't pick a number. When you're designing this building, should you have the number of bathrooms that would best serve the actual gender makeup of the company, that would allow them to use the bathroom and get back to their desk without waiting in line? Or would you do anything else? Like, would you pursue a different strategy? And if it's different, it's like, what would your strategy be? And many people say, well, I would build it, perfect 50-50. And if they say, well, I'm doing that because it's, the easiest way to do it, I'm like, okay, that's fine. But if they say, well,
man, how about that?
I would hope that I would I want to create an environment where it should eventually be 50% men, 50% women. I say, okay, so wait, you have a company, 90% men, 10% women. You think the men should have to wait in line 5 times as long at the bathroom because
of your
someday
ideology.
That might make more women want to work at this company? And it's one of those really interesting dividing questions where it's basically, do you want to solve the problem that allows you?
Do you want to solve the problem, or do you want to feel good about not solving the problem? That's it. 100% is Palmer Luckey. Yeah, I know who this is. Yeah, this is the CEO of Andurial. He's the one, by the way, whose company, Mod Retro, got taken out of the Indie Game Awards because he was like basically, okay, so they were selling a Game Boy But I mean, it's not a Game Boy, but it's basically a Game Boy. It's a portable video game system. Can't say Game Boy. And they're selling this portable video game system, and the proceeds for that portable video game system went to veterans. I don't know if it was homeless veterans with some mental thing, but it was a veterans charity, and the money went to that, and it had the Andurial branding because Andurial is a defense company, and defense, and there's veterans, and so you can see how these things fit together. Well, for that reason, the Indie Game Awards took his product off the market. And I think it was Indie Game Awards. There was some other place that was like doing a what was the website that was doing this too? I don't know what it is. So since Andurial gone public yet, I have no idea if they have or not. But my point is that psychos, absolute psychos. So they're so retarded that in their virtue signaling of how much they care about people, they've ended up now rescinding support for something that was directly funding and helping veterans. That's it. And so these are Gamergate didn't go far enough. Well, that's why I'm here. Yeah, I know. That's my best. The two fat retards, I remember them. Here's the problem, though, is that I don't know how many, but I know that it was at least, in fact, 3 fat retards. It wasn't just them. There were more. I know.
To succeed, or are you trying to achieve totally parallel social aims at the expense of the business? And companies are hiring a lot of people who think about it that way.
Yep,
they don't see their role.
They are hiring activists rather than workers. They are hiring believers rather than creators.
Is to come in and make the company better, or to make a better product for their customer. They see it as to come in and affect that change, even if it tanks the company in the process.
That's right. Because that's why they're fucking parasites. Because they don't care about the host. All they want to do is extract as many virtue points and as many social points out of it as possible, and then they leave it to fucking die, like they've done with so many video game franchises over the years. They are a cancer, a parasite, and they need to be rooted the fuck out.
That happen?
How did that happen? Here's the reason why I think it happened. It's because the people that work at these companies are a bunch of skinny little nerdy losers like me that have no chance of ever getting a girlfriend. And so the only way that they can make any woman pay attention to them, their mating strategy is subservience. It's subservience, obedience, and blind obedience to anything they say. I'm going to do what you tell me to do. I don't need to think. You're going to think for me. You're going to tell me what to do. So it is a simp mentality. It is a simp mentality that all of these guys have allowed these toxic parasitic people to come into their communities and come into their culture and change it. And none of them want to speak up against it because they're little fucking simps. That's the reason why. It is the simp economy.
I don't know.
I'm not saying iDubbbz. A lot of people in chat are saying iDubbbz. I'm not saying that. That's what other people are saying.
That's common.
I think that probably there's a lot of theories. I can give you mine. It was the zero interest rate phenomenon theory.
Zero interest rate. Yeah, you're going to talk about venture capitalism or something like that. I want to talk about zero interest rate on dating websites. I want to talk about zero interest rate with these guys in terms of the probability of them having a girl that likes them. That's the zero interest rate I want to talk about because that's the driving fucking factor.
Familiar with this?
No.
The zero interest rate phenomenon, ZIRP, they call it. Or some people call it the zero interest rate period. So ZIRP was this period of time that we've really seen over the last 15 years up until very recently.
A lot of investment.
Where money was basically free to borrow.
It's crazy. So fucking ridiculous. Yes.
That's where you've seen so much economic growth.
Yes.
You've seen a lot of it artificially propped up.
This is a separate issue,
industry.
but yes, he's right.
I think a lot of like these streaming plays have been propped up by ZIRP.
Absolutely, 100%.
When interest rates are extremely low,
they're
and money
all
is
losing money.
Very cheap to borrow, people will spend tons and tons of money. The economy appears to be doing very well. You have the growth that looks good on the stock market, and so companies don't need to ever tighten their belts.
This is something that, like, I'm so glad he's saying this. Like, I don't want to watch the whole thing, right? But like, I might watch more parts of this. I'm so glad he's saying this. The GDP is fake. The GDP is like, oh, wow, the number's high. Okay, can you afford your car payment? No, you can't? Oh, okay, well, then it's maybe not so good, huh? How about that? So people, like, this is what they do. They use these artificial indicators to confuse the average American into thinking that their life is improving. It's not. It's getting worse. Your life is getting worse. The majority, over 90% of the wealth gains after COVID were by the top 1% of the population. Oh, but the graph. Fuck the graph. What about your life? And again, think about how many midwit, below average, barely average intelligence people that don't really understand statistics, numbers, and any sort of data collection method. They don't really, they're not think, these are people that think in terms of abstractions, but they can't think about real life. It fools them. And the reason why it fools them is because it appeals to their ego, the ego that they're not a retard. But unfortunately, in believing it, they reveal that they are.
And higher and higher and higher. They can become grossly inefficient. They can pursue things that don't make money.
Absolutely.
And they're still doing okay. And so a lot of these companies, their employees were kind of
it's like having it's like a Ret Paladin in Classic WoW raid. Where if you have a Ret Paladin in a Classic WoW raid, it means you have a really great raid. It's like the reason why these rich women have these fancy dogs. It's like you have this useless fucking $6,000 dog that does nothing, that has to be taken care of every day. It's it's a status symbol that look how much money and how much disposable income we have. We can take care of this useless piece of shit. Now, whether this useless piece of shit is called Phil the Poodle or Esfander McConnell the Ret Paladin, it doesn't really matter, right? Or hey, Lilith in HR. It's all the same.
You had people coming out of college who believed their job was to change the world by using the money of these corporations.
That's right.
And the corporations didn't push back on it because they would be accused of being bigots and committing hate crimes. And they said, you know what? The stock is going up. Everything's going well.
They companies don't care.
We can just keep doing this.
Absolutely.
My theory is actually that interest rates going up have been very good for solving this problem. You've seen a lot.
That's right. Natural selection.
Of layoffs in the tech industry. Ooh. You've seen a lot of layoffs in the media industry.
Ooh.
I think that a lot of those are driven by interest rates rising, money's not free, and now companies have to actually make what people want.
You have to imagine, guys, it's so terrible. We have to make money now. Well, what do you mean we have to make money? That means we have to make products for our customers. Oh, but we hate our customers. This is terrible. No. And then they go and blame AI. As if AI isn't also detecting cancer. Jesus Christ. I can't believe that I live in this age. You know? I simultaneously love it and also wish that I lived as a farmer in the Middle Ages and I just died from a toothache at age, for me, age 19. You know, things would have been way better. Yeah, this would have been way better.
Did you see, you probably didn't, but did you happen to see the first quarterly earnings call by the new CEO of Warner Brothers who came in a year or two? He came in a year or two ago, and it was incredible. He had this speech that was exactly what fans wanted to hear and what investors wanted to hear, but his employees were furious. He came on and said,
by the way, the easiest group to replace.
In my tenure, I'm going to pursue something that's a bit novel for Warner Brothers. Mm-hmm. Instead of making movies that people don't want to see, I'm going to make movies that people do want to see. Instead of making movies that don't make money, instead, we will make movies that do make money. And to do that, we are going to make products that people want, like Batman and Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter. And that is going to be the core of
But
our
Aragorn's
market
gonna be
success.
gay, right?
And like that's what fans want.
He's
Like,
gonna
oh my
be
God, this is great.
non-binary.
They're going to stop making these kind of social justice pieces and
Yes.
make us the things that we actually want. The
Exactly.
investors love it because he says they're going to make money. But the people who are angry were all of the college students who joined
That's right.
thinking that they were going to
That's
use
right.
billions of dollars
Exactly.
from Warner Brothers to make their pet
Parasites, absolute parasites.
art film projects
Yes.
about various oppressed
Yes.
groups. And I think that is happening across the industry, and I think that's a good thing. It's a good adjustment.
It absolutely is. And that's the reason AI is going to put all of them back at Starbucks. It's going to put all of them back on DoorDash. It's going to send all of them back to McDonald's. Welcome home.
That makes sense.
Oh, my God.
So speaking of making things. show me
Oh,
the
yeah.
helmet. Bust out the helmet, son.
All right.
This
So
is the new one? Yeah, bro. Like, they going hard as fuck with this shit. Like, I can't watch the whole thing, but, like, Anduriel's making some crazy-ass shit. I'm gonna link you all the video, right? I'm not gonna watch the whole thing. I love Palmer Luckey. I think he's a great guy. And, yeah, that's about it, right? I think he's great. So, it's the same guy. Offered $100K to disassemble a shock collar. 200% watch the stream. Perfect all crafts gifts. He always follows you. Wait, he was the one that did that? Oh, my God. Well, maybe we'll see what happens.